the Amazon, making up more than half the world's remaining rainforest. Spanning 5.5 million square kilometers, it's home to over 10 million different species of animals, plants and insects. Known as the lungs of the planet, the rainforest produces more than 20% of the world's oxygen. With rain in its name, it's no surprise the Amazon basin holds a fifth of the world's fresh water. Over the course of a single year, an area of rainforest will receive up to 3,000 millimeters of rainfall. That's 340% more than the UK. The rainfall in the region causes a seasonal change of over 10 meters, such that in some areas, only the tops of the trees are visible, with the remainder of the forest flooded, suffocating underwater. Luckily, the trees here are used to this and can survive 6 months fully submerged. With floods in the rainy season, the dry season brings upon the rainforest devastating droughts. In 2016, parts of the forest were without rain for over 40 days, turning the wettest place on the planet into an inferno. The fires here spanned 100 square kilometers in multiple locations, decimating the forest in its path. The Amazon soil is similar to that of the sand in the Sahara. It lacks nutrients and can take up to 7 years for the forest to fully grow back. And here's where the problem lies. The droughts are becoming more frequent and more intense, and the forest can't keep up. The solution? Project IPANEMA. The Amazon Charitable Trust, an organisation specialising in bringing technology and education to this region, went on the hunt to find the best universities for the project. They teamed up with 4 students from the University of Southampton, a university with leading UAV development and research education. Alongside UFAM, the oldest university in Brazil and the closest to the region. Together, they make up the IPANEMA team, whose mission is to create a sustainable drone capable of carrying out multiple objectives in the Amazon rainforest. The journey starts in the northwest of Brazil, in a small community located on the River Japari, just off the River Negro, called Xixuau. The 4 Southampton students, 2 UFAM students and a lecturer, and 2 members of the Amazon Charitable Trust arrived on the 22nd of June from a 30-hour boat ride, greeted by many happy faces. The community here covers 2 kilometres, housing up to 100 people. We asked Jack about his initial thoughts on the village, and Rebecca about the objectives the team hopes to achieve in their 1.5-week visit.
I was impressed by the community, how they all came together to put up a satellite dish to watch football, and how the simple lifestyle, it's not easy, it's not hard, but it's nice, and it sort of balances out the dangers of living in the deep rainforest.
Why they needed a drone for, so the mission of the drone, which we managed to find out in a few days of trying to talk to the locals. And then the other main objective was to find which materials were available and which materials were actually good to build the drone.
The team communicated with the locals to determine the materials used within the village itself.
We brought a small quadcopter along with us, so we've been able to demonstrate a quadcopter with a camera on, just sort of going around the local environment and saying, this is a small version of something that we could possibly build. What do you think of this?
The question, what do you want a drone to do, can be overwhelming for anyone, especially people with less access to technology. It's similar to asking someone who only saw a mobile phone for the first time, what would be your perfect app? Bringing a quadcopter with us, as Jack described, really helped the community focus their ideas.
Yeah, the whole staying here was about finding these materials. So we actually went in the forest, talked to the locals, which materials they use, went in, get a little bit of sample, tested here with everything when we could, and then hopefully we'll find something appropriate.
The team spent a lot of time in the forest with local guides, whose knowledge about the flora was incredible, collecting samples and discovering the best materials we needed to use for the drone. We asked Priscilla about the skills the community members had when working with these materials.
I was actually really shocked by how refined your details can be, especially when they were showing us about their artisan, where they actually were able to make a dolphin out of just pure wood.
The drone is going to be built and maintained by the community, therefore their levels of skill regarding manufacturing must be known. This will allow the team to design a drone specific for the community and the limited tools they have available there. There was also limited material testing available. We asked Jack how the team managed to do any testing at all.
We've used water bottles, which we know the weight of, and we've used those in a hammock. It has been difficult, but it's been good fun working out, well, how can we do the similar tests.
The team had to think outside the box, but ended up with lots of data, and they saw some good correlations, giving insight into the better and worse materials to be used for the drone.
I've learned so much with this experience, and I'm very motivated for development of this drone to help the Amazon.
In parallel to materials testing and discovering mission objectives, the team were identifying the causes of the fires in the region, as well as how to combat them. It was discovered that the fires are caused by the people of Shishrao and neighbouring communities. In the dry season, the river shrinks, creating an area called an igapo. The people go out gathering for the day, and for lunch will catch a fish and cook it in this area, or next to inland lakes. Due to climate change, an increase in temperature, coupled with a decrease in humidity, can cause these cooking fires to get out of hand. What started as a smouldering remain can very quickly spread in the right conditions. The team devised a solution: prevention, detection, strategy, or PDS for short. Prevention is two-pronged. The first involves sending a drone up to take measurements of air temperature and humidity. The drone is searching for a window where it's 3 degrees hotter and 10% less humid than a normal summer temperature. This is the perfect combination for fires to start and spread. The second is educating the people on how to correctly extinguish cooking fires and where not to go, using a VPD index, essentially how likely fires are to start and spread in an area. Detection involves searching for smoke in the area using an optical camera or thermal imaging. If a fire has been detected, the drone will be used to strategize with the community on the best approach to take in order to tackle and extinguish the fire. VPD can be used again, this time to determine where the fire will spread and how quickly. VPD will be more useful to determine the direction of fires than wind speed or wind direction. And this will allow us to create almost a scale of susceptibility to fires for firefighters to go and have a look at and determine their best approach. And hopefully this will cut down on the time it will take to extinguish one of these forest fires. The drone is only going to be used for fires within the dry season, from August to February. For the remainder of the year, there is no benefit for the community to be using the drone. The IPANEMA team strategized, deciding on a secondary mission objective. After talking to an NGO called IPAN, it soon became clear. The rainforest is very important for the future of our planet, but very little information is known into the way that air, trees and water in the rainforest interact with the rest of the world. It is also hugely diverse and, more importantly, fairly unresearched. New species are being discovered every 2 days, and there are still thousands left to find. Hence the second mission objective in the rainy season is data collection. The payload of the UAV will be modular, allowing for measurements of particulates such as carbon, methane and nitrous oxide. A thermal imaging camera or NDVI could be swapped on to monitor the health of the forest. A LiDAR device can be incorporated to map the forest as a 3D image, helping to possibly discover new species, or an outside company, university or research group can provide their own equipment. The beauty of a drone is these can all be taken at a range of altitudes.
The visual show showed us how important this drone can be for the people living there, like in forest fire detection or even in supplies response.
The community can then sell this research to increase its economy, communicating with the rest of the world. This was an IPANEMA production. For more information, follow our social media. If you are interested in donating or sponsoring the project, please visit the website and follow the appropriate links. Thank you for watching.